My name is Angela Frankhouser, and I have the honor of being principal here at Rough Hollow Elementary. I would like to welcome honored guests and every single person in this room to our ribbon cutting ceremony. We wish we could fill this room with our parents and other members of the Rough Hollow community, but we all know that that's not possible at this time. However, we hope to be hosting an open house in the near future so that we can welcome our community into this gorgeous building. In the meantime, I am grateful to be joined today by our elected officials and other special guests who are proudly representing the Rough Hollow community. We have a brief program to commemorate the official completion and opening of this beautiful new campus. At this time, I kindly ask, if you are able to do so, please stand for our presentation of colors to be presented by the Boy Scouts of America, Troop 786, and remain standing for our national anthem to be performed by Lake Travis High School senior Gwyneth Grillo.
Color guard, prepare to post the colors. Post the colors. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
It gives me great pleasure to introduce Deputy Superintendent Holly Morris-Kuntz, who has some special introductions to make.
I'm honored to have the privilege to introduce a number of our guests today. And if you'll just raise your hand as I call your names out. As you all know, this project takes so many members of our community in order to have a successful school, and so we're excited that you all could be here today. Our host today from the Lake Travis School Board, President Kim Flash, John Al. And if you'll hold your applause until all guests are recognized, that'll help. From our Lake Travis Board, Vice President John Allier, Board Trustee and Secretary Lauren White, and then our other trustees are William Beard, Bob Dorsett, and Jessica Putanti. Also here today are former Lake Travis School Board trustee and now Texas State Senator for District 24, Dr. Dawn Buckingham. Our City of Bee Cave Mayor, Kara King. And from the district's executive leadership team, we have our Superintendent of Schools, Paul Norton, Amber King, General Counsel, Marco Alvarado, Director of Communications, Dr. Laura Abbott, our Director of Special Services, Charles Aguillon, Director of Fine Arts, Robert Winovich, Director for Facilities, Construction Services, Julie Netterveld, Principal of Hudson Bend Middle School, Angela Frankhouser, Principal of Rough Hollow Elementary School, and Lester Wolf, Principal of Lake Travis Middle School. Other guests who are here today joining us are our former Lake Travis ISD Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Brad Lancaster, Rough Hollow Elementary PTO School President, Natasha Jackson, Lake Travis Education Foundation President, Dana Ryder, and from our 2017 Bond Advisory Committee, we have Chairman Jeremy Self. From our project architect, Pfluger and Associates, we have Eric Leitner and Cliff Trinkus. And last but certainly not least, our general contractor, Bartlett Cocke. We have Sean Parker, Sean Stevens, and Josh Foster. Now, please applaud all of our elected officials and special guests. And just in case, I certainly want to beg your pardon if there's anyone that I missed. We are so glad to have all of you here, and thank you for joining us and being a part of this fantastic school. Congratulations to our school board and the entire Rough Hollow community. It's now my pleasure to call to the podium Robert Winovich, our Director of Facilities and Construction. He's going to provide a brief overview about this facility.
Thank you. I would like to take a moment to share with you a few highlights of this beautiful new campus. The school was designed by Pfluger Architects and their team of consultants and was built by Bartlett Cocke General Contractors. I'd like to personally thank each of those amazing partners, especially the folks here today, and were introduced by Holly a few minutes ago. This school encompasses more than 102,000 square feet and has the capacity to house 850 students. Special features include a high-efficiency Energy Star building envelope that makes use of geothermal wells for conserving heating and cooling costs, a full-size basketball court inside the gym with cushioned vinyl flooring, and outdoor learning and story areas at the library's exterior, play fields, basketball courts, and a stormwater drainage system directed to bioretention basins that support the site landscaping. This school was built at a cost of approximately $33 million and is part of the district's overall $253 million bond program approved by voters in November of 2017. I also want to take a moment to thank a few of my colleagues for their part in this project. Richard Harrison and Mackie Price, Facility Resources, Compliance, and Construction Managers, Andy Michael, Safety and Security Coordinator, our Director of Finance, Brad Gerke and his team, our Director of Purchasing, Angie Marsh and her team, our Executive Director for Information Technology, Chris Wool and his team, our Director of Food and Nutrition Services, Ryan Mikulasic and his team, our Director of Maintenance and Operations, Frank Contreras and his team, our Regional Director of Operations at SSC Custodial Services, Chris Weller and his team, and of course our former CFO, Johnny Hill. It took a lot of hands to get this school ready for our students, and these are only a few who came together to make great things happen. I'm sure I missed a few people, so please pardon the unintended oversight. I'd also like to thank our consultants, architects, contractors, and their subcontractors for their professionalism during this crazy last 6 months, keeping everyone safe and keeping the project on track and opening on time. Congratulations to our school board and the entire Rough Hollow community. It's now my pleasure to call to the podium our school board president, Kim Flash.
Thank you. On behalf of my colleagues on the Board of Trustees, it is a pleasure to be here with you today for this celebration. It's especially nice to see such our good friends and former colleagues here today, like former Lake Travis School Board member and now State Senator Dr. Dawn Buckingham, and our former Lake Travis Superintendent Dr. Brad Lancaster. 18 months ago, we were here breaking ground when it was cold and windy, turning dirt for what now is this beautiful new facility. So much has happened since then, but look at us now. This could have only been made possible by the passage of our 2017 bond. Approval of the bond was critical to the long-term vitality of our exemplary Lake Travis community. Thank you to our voters for supporting the bond and ultimately the much-needed projects like this one.
It is also great to see several members of our Bond Advisory Committee here today who played a critical role for the development of our 2017 bond practice. Jeremy Self. We would like to thank members of the committee, including Jeremy Self, for their hard work, due diligence, and commitment to this process. We, in turn, as your school board, are committed to ensure that the projects in this bond are well built and completed in a timely and fiscally responsible manner. We are happy to report that we made good on that promise here at Rough Hollow Elementary. I must also recognize another integral partner who made this project a reality, and that's developer Haitham Dawlett of Legends Community. Thank you, Haitham, for your vision, commitment, and ultimately the donation of the property on which we now gather. I also want to thank Brad Pfluger and his team at Pfluger Architects, as well as Sean Parker and his team at Bartlett Cocke General Contractors. Congratulations on designing and building such a beautiful school for our community. I would be remiss if I did not recognize our immediate neighbors in the community. Thank you for your patience, flexibility, and support during the construction process. Lake Travis ISD is a highly desirable location to live and raise a family, as evident by the continued growth of our community and school district. This great school district belongs to all of us, and we have a responsibility to deal with the growth and care of our schools in a thoughtful and wise manner. Beautiful facilities like this one allow us to do just that. Lastly, I want to congratulate construction manager Robert Winovich and his team, as well as school principal Angela Frankhouser and the entire Rough Hollow Elementary faculty and staff for their incredible commitment to our most precious resource and the reason we are all here today, our students. During these times of challenge and change, Robert kept the bricks and mortar in motion while Angela built her staff and prepared to welcome students to not only a new building, but to a new school year unlike any other. That is the very definition of learning transformed. Congratulations once again to the Rough Hollow Elementary School community. Go Rattlers.
Thank you, Ms. Flash, for your comments and for your encouragement and your support. It means the world, not only to me, but to the entire community, especially our students. I appreciate the school board and every person that was just mentioned in this incredible project and in this incredible process. Next, I am pleased to call to the podium former Lake Travis School Board member and current Texas Senator, Dr. Dawn Buckingham.
It is always great to be here. You know, this Senate district starts down in Bandera, goes up to Temple, and out to Abilene. So I represent 85 school districts. But I have to tell you, as a proud mama of 2 Lake Travis graduates who went K through 12 here, and having served on your school board and the vice chair of the State Board of Educators certification, this is my home and I love y'all the best. So I just want to thank you for all you do, from our school board members to Dr. Lancaster, Dr. Norton, everyone. We just appreciate the contribution that you all make for the education of our children. My kids are now in college and they're doing great with that Lake Travis education, thriving and doing well, and that's what we're coming together for, right? Because the most important thing we do is educate our kids. So I just want to present this certificate of recognition to the school and to Lake Travis ISD to just say thanks for all you're doing for our great kids, and if we can help you with anything, just let us know.
Thank you, Dr. Buckingham, for your continued support for our schools. Unfortunately, Lakeway Mayor Sandy Cox had a last-minute conflict, and she was not able to be with us today. But she does send her regards and well wishes, and we are glad that she sends those. We feel them. And now I am honored to introduce our next speaker. She not only represents the city of Bee Cave as its mayor, she is also a colleague of mine. Please help me welcome Mayor Kara King.
Yes, I am the mayor of Bee Cave, but I am more importantly the proud mom of 3 kids. One who is a sophomore at Texas A&M, proudly putting his LTISD education to work with a current 4.0 as an international studies major. And I am also a science teacher at Bee Cave Middle School. So to my teachers and staff colleagues, 1 year ago, I was where you are today, opening a brand new school. Now, y'all had to top us and open one during a pandemic, so you might have stepped it up a little bit. But I know the challenges that come with building a brand new facility and opening one to new students. But through those challenges, we created an amazing community at Bee Cave Middle School. Our staff is united. We got to start school traditions, and we created that excitement with our students of being a part of something brand new. So congratulations to all the teachers and staff for being able to be a part of this first memory-making team. From the city of Bee Cave, we want everyone to know that we support our teachers. When I started my tenure in May, I immediately started working with city staff to bring about a workforce housing project in Bee Cave. I am excited to say that we have 100% staff support, 100% council support, and large community support. We look forward to bringing a workforce housing project in Bee Cave that will enable our teachers and all of our public and government workers to work and live in the same area. So we look forward to continue working with LTISD and partnering with this awesome community to make positive differences for our teachers and our students. Thank you, and congratulations from the city of Bee Cave.
Good afternoon. My name is Paul Norton, and I have the privilege and honor of serving as the superintendent for Lake Travis ISD. This is a very special time to be here to open this new campus, but I want to make sure that we give credit where credit's due. A few minutes ago, you heard from Board President Kim Flash, who thanked a number of individuals for their time and effort and involvement in making this project a success. And now I'd like to take this moment and thank her for her leadership, as well as the rest of the school board for their vision, their commitment, and their hard work towards making this project a reality. I would also like to take a moment and thank former Superintendent Dr. Brad Lancaster. He had to get up today and put long pants on, as he said when he walked in. And if you have any complaints about the building, I'll give you his cell phone number and you can talk to him about your concerns. So he's very eager to hear from each and every one of us. But we do appreciate you, Dr. Lancaster, and your involvement in making this a great success, and we appreciate your time and effort. The new school construction projects like this have a lot of moving parts. They require months and years of careful planning, financial oversight, execution, as well as management. And perhaps the most important component is community support. Without that, no projects would be possible. So once again, thank you to the members of the 2017 Bond Committee for your hard work and commitment to making this dream a reality. And fast forward to this past spring, to obviously the most challenging and stressful time we've ever experienced in education. But in true LT fashion, the community came together. Groups like the Lake Travis Education Foundation, led by Katie Kaufman, Tricia Land, and Dana Ryder, who's here with us today, and so many others who went above and beyond to welcome our Rough Hollow students and staff. Things like the Kinder Club and the teacher welcome boxes. Thank you, LTEF, for all that you've done to make this a successful start to the school year. Also would like to recognize the Rough Hollow PTO, who is represented today by President Natasha Jackson. We appreciate your support and everything that you've done to welcome our teachers and students in this unique school year. Also, Natasha and her colleagues brought some beautiful Rattler cookies today. So on your way out or on your way on the tour here shortly, please pick one up, because I don't want to have to take them home to my kids when we're all said and done. The true success of a school is often measured by the level of support it receives from the community. Without a doubt, Rough Hollow Elementary will be successful for many years to come because of the incredible support we have seen from this community. Ms. Flash mentioned it a few minutes ago, but it bears repeating. This has been a school year like none other. I want to thank our principal, Angela Frankhouser, assistant principal, Vanessa Randalls, and the entire Rough Hollow Elementary faculty and staff for creating a warm, welcoming, and caring culture for our students despite these unique circumstances. I can tell you that they have put in hours and hours and hours to make sure that our students felt special, because they weren't able to have the traditional beginning of school experiences and to come in and tour and meet their teachers, and they went above and beyond to make sure our kiddos felt safe in this new environment, and we can't thank you enough for that, Angela. And finally, I want to thank our students and their parents who are in attendance today, our amazing LT fiddlers under the direction of Miss Anna Macias. We have Natalia Lundstead, Abby Mullins, Andrew Matthews, Robert Lamack, Tucker Garnett, Truett Anstey, and J.D. Penley, who are all students at Lake Travis High School. And also joining them is Mr. Vance Cohn. And then, of course, our Boy Scouts today. Ace Frankhouser from Lake Travis High School, and then from LTMS, Marshall McCarty, Sam Sperlin, Dustin McCarty, and Sarva Iyer. And then another student that was also with them today, Ishan Raj. And then, of course, Gwen Grillo from our Lake Travis High School choir, under the direction of Mr. Adam Poyer and Charles Aguian, who did a great job of singing earlier. We sincerely appreciate your participation today. If we could, we would fill this room with many more students and parents. As Ms. Frankhouser said earlier, this is something we look forward to doing in the very near future by opening up the campus so others can come in. Congratulations once again to our school board, Dr. Lancaster, Ms. Frankhouser, and the entire Rough Hollow community on such a great campus and such a great environment for our students to go to school in. It's truly an honor and a pleasure for me to be with you here today to play a small role in this exciting celebration. And now we will move forward with our ribbon cutting ceremony. After we cut the ribbon, Ms. Frankhouser and her staff will be available to anyone who would like to take a tour of this beautiful campus. Thank you once again to each of our guests for taking time to join us here today and to take part in this very special event. We appreciate you and your support more than you can ever know. At this time, we will move forward with the ribbon cutting.
1, 2, 3.